Here we go. Let's talk about it. What nobody tells you is going to happen when it comes to printing a planner. Welcome to the Dream Printing Podcast. I'm your host, Payne, and today I'm going to be keeping it real with you and sharing some of the biggest mistakes and issues and things that happen when it comes to printing a planner. I've had my planner company, printing company, Horacio Printing, for over 11 years now. We create beautiful luxury paper products. We have our Dream Planner, which is trademarked. We just came out with our 2026 edition that is stunning. We have Bible studies, vision board kits, accessories, all things Paper Snob related. And let me tell you, it has been a journey through all the mistakes. I feel like my journey has been like me hacking through the woods with a machete, getting hit in the face with branches. And there's a lot of things when you're starting out in this industry that you wouldn't know because you don't know. And that's okay. I'm going to be your fairy planner godmother, and tell you some of the things so that you don't make those mistakes. Because it's easy to get excited, like, oh, I'm going to make a beautiful planner. It's going to be so fun to design it. And I'm not here to freak you out. I'm not here to fearmonger. I'm really here to help make sure you don't make any of these mistakes. And also, it's really good to have clear expectations when you're preparing to do your dream, because no one wants to talk about the printing nightmares, the delays, the mistakes, what it feels like opening up your planner and the margins are off and the words are getting cut off by the coils and you're like, what did I do? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to tell you all the things I wish people had told me, but there wasn't a me back then in 2014 when I was starting my dream. So we're going to talk about this, all the things that could go wrong, but really the whole point of this is to help you manage your expectations, because just like when you're going into having a baby or you're about to give birth or you're about to get married, like any big thing you're doing, it's really nice to talk to people who have done it, to prepare yourself mentally for that journey so that when something does come up, you're able to go, is this normal? Should I be doing this? Is that how it's supposed to go? Is this the right kind of price? Is this how long it should take? And you could know, okay, this is how it's going to be. And you can enjoy the journey and enjoy the process, because just because something is new or just because something is harder than you thought it was going to be does not mean it's not a worthy cause. Most of the things in life that take some time, that take some work, that take some grit are fulfilling. If it was so easy, you could push a button and microwave a product that is full of heart and soul, everyone would do it. But guess what? They're not all doing it. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go through the things that nobody tells you when it comes to printing your thing. Okay, before I start with number one, which is a juicy one, so get ready to take some notes. Before we do, I have a very, 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 very special invitation to share with you if you're watching this video before January 12th. If you're watching this before January 12th, lean in, get ready. I'm hosting the Print Your Thing Challenge live. Woo! I'm so excited. It's going to be live January 12th, and it's going to be free for that week only. You can also watch this on demand and pay for access, but I'll be hosting it live, which live is so much more fun. So come hang out live January 12th through January 16th. Here's the link right here. Go to HoracioPrinting.com/print, HoracioPrinting.com/print, and you will get access to the Print Your Thing Challenge. We're going to hang out in a Facebook group all through December and early January, getting ready, getting pumped up, hanging out. It's going to be so much fun, but we will kick things off January 12th. Be sure to upgrade to a VIP ticket if you want 5 hours in a Zoom room with me, asking whatever questions you want. VIP is typically where it's at. So if you're on the fence about your ticket, go ahead and upgrade. It's going to be worth it. I am so excited about the challenge. So let's go to number one. The first thing nobody tells you because you didn't know. Here's the thing. It's going to take longer than you thought it was. Womp, womp, womp. First, branch in the face, right? When you're macheting through the woods, it's going to take longer than you thought it was. It's going to take longer than you want it to. And that's typically a big bummer, right? Oh man, I really wanted to have these designed and printed and in my hands next week. Yeah, so would anybody. Of course, I want everything tomorrow. I got married in 3 months. I started my planner company in 3 months. I'm a big fan of let's just get it done now. That's kind of my thing. Let's not wait. I like to move things forward. But here's the thing about publishing. Publishing is a long game. It's kind of like having a baby. It's going to take about 9 months all in from the start line to really get your entire order delivered. It takes about 4 months from the start line to get your sample in your hands and have your paper product in your hands and ready to market. So technically you could, with the start line, you could have a sample in 4 months and start pre-sales. So basically in 5 months, you could be making cash and selling as a pre-order before you order your mass order. Lots of my students do that. They end up having a Kickstarter campaign. About 75% of those Kickstarter campaigns do get funded, which is super exciting. But the name of the game when it comes to publishing is take your time, go the long road. It's going to be a longer journey, but my students who take their time in the journey are more successful typically, not always, but typically, unless you're just procrastinating and not doing anything, that's not going to work out. But if you are taking your time to make sure it's thoughtful, it's edited, you've tested it, all the steps that we go through in print school, it's going to just take some time. Design typically takes 1 to 2 months. Ordering a sample takes a month. Ideation before the design takes a month or 2. So when you add these pieces up, it's usually about 4 months all in to get your sample, and then typically another 4 months for the printing. So all in, I like to say it's 6 to 9 months. 9 months is a great estimate all in. So it's going to take some time. It's good to have margin in this, which is why when you're creating a product, especially like a 2027 planner, for example, January is such a great time to get started. You think, I'll start in the summer. I have time. It's only the summer. But you want to be selling your planner 3 months before you need to use it. So typically a planner company, even though that planner doesn't start till January 1st, you're going to be selling that planner in October, early October, late September. That's typically when the big planner companies launch. You don't want to be launching right there at December. And I talked about a lot of this when it comes to creating a 2027 dream planner. That was actually last episode. If you want to go back and learn the do's and don'ts of a 2027, specifically a 2027 planner and the timeline, go back and listen to that last episode. I'll link it somewhere up here for you to check out. It's a great one. I'll also link it in the show notes below. So it's going to take longer than you thought, but that's okay. That's okay. Say it with me. That's okay. Good things take time. The second thing that nobody tells you that is it's just the truth. And I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Overseas printing is the best. I said it. Overseas printing is the best. They are the most talented. They are the best priced. They have the equipment. They have the infrastructure. They are the best. I have audited printers from dozens of different countries, obviously including the US, North America, Canada, all over. And I will tell you, if you want to have a business that has profit, you cannot make it in America. KDP is not it. Print on demand is not it. It's just not it. And I've done tons of episodes on that specifically. But I just want to say, for the record, overseas printing is it. It is it. And in the challenge, I'm going to go through tariffs and the situation of that. Just as a quick spoiler alert, tariffs have not affected my printing company. I've worked with incredible printers and we have found a solution in order to really have zero effect. Praise the Lord! And that's what I've been able to help my students do and navigate all through 2025, because it was a little scary there for a minute. But it's okay. We have found exemption codes. We have gone through all of the paperwork. I imported from 3 different printers over 2025, 3 different printers. So I had 3 different shipments come in from 3 different locations all the way to my warehouse, and we were able to successfully import each one without any additional scary tariffs. So if you want to not have to hack through this wilderness alone with a rusty machete, follow me. I will show you how to do this. This is what I teach my students to do. All right, that's number 2. Overseas is the best. I'm sorry, I said it. It's just what it is. And you will learn more about that in the challenge and what these prices look like. What I paid for my first planner. Oh my goodness, my first planner I paid so much money for unknowingly, unnecessarily. And if you want to actually have a business where it is successful and it does have profit and it can keep going, maybe you can hire someone to help you. You're going to have to find the lowest price but the highest quality. And with also, making sure that these companies have their standards, labor standards, all of those sorts of things. At Horacio Printing, we're huge on anti-human trafficking. We've given almost 6 figures to A21 at this point to fight human trafficking. And so it's really important with me that my printing partners they are healthy, they have integrity, they're honest, they're paying a livable wage, etc. So that's really important to us, and that's how I help my students as well. So that's number 2. So number 1 was it's going to take longer than you think. Number 2, overseas printing is it's what you have to do, period. This is what all the big companies do, all of them. And it's for a good reason. It's also because they're awesome at it. Like, they are so wildly talented at this craft. So there it is. I have a lot of respect for them. I've met in person a lot of my people I work with and built a relationship with them. And so there you go. All right, number 3, and this one's kind of a frustrating one that I wish wasn't the truth, but it is. The printer is not going to create your files for you. Your files actually have to be perfect. The printer's not going to fix them or even create them. There's this idea that we have, and I had it too. Maybe there's a printer out there who you just tell them what you need and then they make it. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be so nice. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. I wish it was. I truly do. I wish it was. It's just not. So if you want to work with a legitimate traditional printer, an offset printer, you have to submit your files. You have to do the file prep with the margins, with the layout. You have to create those files. And what we do at Print School is we have an additional DIY design lesson that you can follow with templates, and you can learn how to become a designer. You can also hire one of our designers and outsource that. I'm a huge fan of outsourcing. If it's not your skill set and you don't really want to learn and you'd rather stay in your lane, hire somebody. I have a list of preferred partners that I absolutely love that I have personally hired to create things for me, and my students hire them, and that's great. So you can also send it out. So you have to, printers aren't going to check your spelling. They're not going to check your page alignment. They already need to be ready. So that's the one. They need to be perfectly prepped. That is the other piece. You have to do that. And that's why I created Print School. That is your ticket to learn how to do this, for it to be demystified, for you to be empowered. And also, once you create it, even if you hire the designer one time, you get access to those files. So if you want to edit them the next year, you can. So you could become the designer in year 2, year 3, year 4, as long as you had that template the first time. Does that make sense? So there you go. So you make the files. That is number 3. The printer doesn't make them, you make them. It's not like, going to a dressmaker and you're like, oh, this is the fabric I want. She has the pattern created. She's going to make it. That's not it. That's what it's like going to one of our designers who will help you in that way. But then you have to take that design and actually send it to the printer. So it's a separate process. Okay, so that is number 3. Number 4, if you don't take your time in the editing process, you can end up with a crappy sample, even if you have the right printer. I could tell you who my printer is right now, and you're like, oh, great, I have it. I'm done. Now I'm good. I've got everything I need. I have Polly's printer. People email us all the time. Who's your printer? Who's your printer? Who's your printer? And here's the thing. I could tell you who it is, and you could still end up with a crappy product, waste a ton of money and a ton of time. Let's not do that. Let's do it right the first time. Let's take it as far to the finish line as possible of not perfection, but excellence, so that when that sample arrives, you don't have to go, oh man, we've got to order a new sample. This wasn't it. This wasn't it. This wasn't it. Oh, my timeline's pushed and pushed and pushed. Now I'm frustrated, branches in the face, and we're going to quit, right? I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to cross the finish line. That's what I'm here for. The thing about the editing process, you have to take time to print it out, to really test it out. Even have a friend test it out with you. Give her feedback. Use a proper editor. We have access to a proper editor that you can hire by the hour or by the project fee, and really go through and check everything. Spelling, alignment, are all the fonts perfect? Like, does everything look good? You definitely want to be checking all of that. That way you don't end up with a crappy sample and therefore a crappy product, and then you're bummed. So that's it. You really have to take your time in that process, and that's okay. Good things take time. A lot of these are about time, aren't they? All right, number 5. This is a good one. Ooh, this is such a good one. You cannot always trust what the printer says. I love my printers. I've hugged them in person. They've come over to my house before. They've visited. I love my printers, but sometimes they will absolutely underestimate numbers. They'll say, oh, it's going to take this long. It's going to take that long. And I know this for a fact. I was hit in the face with a big branch the first time I printed overseas. I was told it was going to take a certain amount of weeks for it to arrive, which was just in time for them to arrive for a specific conference. Actually, it was my second time ordering overseas for a conference. They had hired me to be the conference gift. So everyone in attendance was going to get a planner, which was so exciting. And so guess what? They didn't arrive in time because the printer had underestimated how long they had told me a number that wasn't true. Also, there's just extra things you don't know about that they don't tell you. Like, it's going to take a week for them to pack it up before it even gets on the boat. When it gets off the boat, the customs team over here in the US could take some time going through the boat, picking out, they could call for it to be x-rayed. Like sometimes, it's like kind of like when you go through TSA, like you randomly get searched. They do that in our Customs and Border, and they should, whatever, not my stuff, but I get it. They're just doing their job. But there are reasons things get delayed. And so if you don't have someone on your side saying, yeah, I know the printer says this, but go ahead and estimate for that. You know how much stress that would relieve to know those types of things? So that is huge. You just can't trust exactly what the printer says about stuff. And so I help you navigate your conversation with them, how to approach them, because it's really important to be a good communicator because your printer isn't a miracle worker. They're a partner, and you need to learn how to partner with them to get the output that you want, to be firm, to be super clear so nothing gets lost in translation. One of the benefits of being a print school student is as you speak to the printer, you get to CC us. So we log every student's conversations into a folder. We're able to pull those conversations up if needed and jump in and assert if needed. But we really stay out of it. My goal is you come into print school, you're on a training wheel bike. My daughter still has her training wheels on. And the goal is to take the training wheels off and let you, become your own printing company, or you don't need me. You own the rights to your products. I don't touch the rights to your products. I'm just here to empower you and teach you so that you can move forward with all the connections that I've given you. Okay, that's number 5. Number 6, what no one tells you about printing. The mental load is real. This is not something I would do alone. There is something really, really wonderful about watching other people do your dream that helps you understand that you can also do it. And also just having that support and camaraderie. The community at Print School is so beautiful. We have 4 calls a month where you can ask your questions, get unstuck, Get the support you need. We have a student community where you can ask questions 24/7. You can ask your peers. You can ask me a question, and I'm able to support you in that community. It's real. There's a lot. It's emotional. There's going to be times where you're going to have fear of failure, fear of judgment. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to go, is this going to happen? And all my alumni would say the same thing. They've had their ups and downs, but it is so rewarding to see your product in the hands of other people, especially strangers, people that you don't know that have now discovered your product and they're having a breakthrough. Because here's the thing, and I'll tell you, this is number 7. Your dream is not about you. Your dream is not about you. It's about the person on the other side and the problem and the way that you're going to support them in that journey. The most beautiful thing about creating my paper product company has been the stories and the testimonies that have come out of people using my planner and then doing their dreams. That has been the most rewarding part. And so that would really be the biggest piece. And if you bring your faith into the product you're creating, it becomes a ministry. And that's a beautiful thing that I wouldn't give up for the world. It has been so fun to create Bible studies and planners and point people back to Jesus, point people back to the dream giver. Now, if you join Print School, you don't have to create a faith-based product, but you certainly can. And there are a lot of people in there that are, but you don't have to. You can create any sort of paper product that you are dreaming of within reason. And I just want to encourage you that if God really planted this dream in your heart, He will see it through. Everything has a purpose. I wouldn't go back and really change anything when it comes to my journey. Every mistake had a purpose. We've had times where my warehouse shipped out 2 products instead of 1 to customers, and God used that for them to gift it to somebody and make a difference. Like, God will use the mistakes. The big purpose of all of this is to grow you, entrepreneurship and the journey of it. And for those of you who are an entrepreneur, you know this, it grows you. You're out of your comfort zone. And that is a really beautiful thing that I know with me, God has sharpened me through this journey. And it's been so fun to watch hundreds and hundreds of people through Print School grow in that journey of their confidence, of just their education and their impact, because that's really what matters. So once again, if you are looking to print your thing, I want to invite you first and foremost to my free challenge coming up in January 12th through the 16th. I would love to see you there. It's going to be a beautiful time. Here is the link, horacioprinting.com/print. You can sign up. Join me in the Facebook group. Can't wait to hang out with you and connect with you on a more personal level. It's going to be super fun. All these things that I told you, all these kind of limbs and stuff that no one tells you, this is exactly why I created Print School. It was an uphill journey for me. And it was hard. There was a lot of tears. There was a lot of things. And I talk more about my mistakes and things that have happened inside of Print School so that you don't make them. My $10,000 mistake and all sorts of things that I did wrong that obviously hurt and were no fun. But that's why I created it, to give you the vendors, to give you people I trust, to give you the blueprint, to give you the templates, to connect you with the right people, and also give you the confidence to take the next step. So I hope this has been helpful for you. In 2026, we're going to be continuing the Dream Printing podcast. I'd love to know more about what you would love to learn about on this podcast. So comment below which of these things that I shared today resonated with you. Which of them was surprising? Did you already know all of these, or were any of these kind of like, didn't know that? Share with me. Let's connect. Hope you subscribe to the channel. And if you like this, check out these other episodes for more.